12:15 a.m. I was sitting on a torn cardboard box in a warehouse I couldn't even recognize. No passport, no direction, just $4 in my pocket. And for the first time in my life, I didn't want to see the sun come up. If you're planning to Japa, pause for a second and listen to this, because what I'm about to tell you almost cost me everything. They told me it was simple, a better life, a fresh start, a new beginning. They said by now I'd be sending money home, making my family proud. But everything they told me was a lie. Back home, I wasn't lazy. I had a degree, I had plans, I had the will to work. But somehow, nothing was moving. It felt like life had a ceiling, and no matter how hard I tried, I kept hitting it. Bills kept coming, expectations kept rising, and inside me, the pressure kept building. So when I met him, Mr. Benson, and he said one word, Canada, I didn't hear risk. I didn't hear danger. I heard escape. 5 million naira. That was the price. Not small money, but it sounded like a gateway to something bigger. I sold my car, the only real thing I owned. And my mother sold her land. Land she had kept for years, land she believed would secure her future. She gave it up for me. At that moment, this wasn't just my journey anymore. It was our hope, our sacrifice, our future. The journey started quietly, too quietly. There was no airport, no boarding gate, no flight. Just a bus, crowded, uncomfortable, silent tension in the air. Then a truck, packed tighter, no space to breathe, no space to think. And then a walk, a long, quiet, terrifying walk into a place I knew I wasn't supposed to be. That was when it started to feel wrong. But by then, it was too late. By the 4th day, he disappeared. No call, no message, no explanation, just gone. With our passports. That was the moment everything changed. We were stuck between fear and regret. If we went to the police, we could lose everything, deported, finished. If we stayed, we didn't even know if we would survive. The hunger was real, but that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was the silence. The kind of silence that forces you to face yourself. I remember one guy, an engineer from Enugu, a smart guy, strong, focused. That night, he broke. He started shouting at the sky, asking questions no one could answer. And in that moment, I realized something. This wasn't just about survival. This was about shame. Because deep down, we all knew we had believed something that wasn't real. Then my phone lit up. My mom calling. I froze. I stared at her name for seconds that felt like hours. What would I even say? How do you tell your mother that the land she sold is gone, that the dream is gone, that you're sitting on a warehouse floor with nothing left? I couldn't do it. So I declined the call. That moment broke something inside me. Not the hunger, not the fear, but something deeper. That night, my thoughts changed. I started asking myself, maybe I'm cursed. Maybe this was my fault. Maybe God forgot me. I sat there in the dark, and I noticed something, a rusted wire lying on the ground. And for a moment, a very dangerous moment, I thought about ending it, because it felt like everything had already ended. But then, something small happened. I reached into my bag, looking for food, and my hand touched something else, a small Bible. My sister had put it there before I left. I didn't even remember packing it. It opened on its own, and my eyes fell on one line: "Fear not, for I am with you." I don't know how to explain it. Nothing around me changed. The warehouse was still cold, still empty, still dark. But inside me, something shifted. For the first time in days, I felt calm. Not because I had answers, but because I realized I wasn't alone. That night, I didn't pray for money. I didn't pray for Canada. I prayed for a way out, for a way back. 2 hours later, someone showed up, an NGO worker. Food, water, a phone. But the real miracle wasn't that. The real miracle was that I stood up. I stepped forward and I asked for help. Because before that moment, I was hiding from people, hiding from truth, hiding from myself. I lost the money, I lost the journey, I lost the dream I thought I needed. But I found something greater. I found clarity, I found strength, I found myself. And today, I can tell you this: leaving your country is not the problem, but desperation can destroy you. Your value is not in your location, it's not in a visa, it's not in a country, it's in who you are. And if you feel trapped right now in anything, remember this: the same God who found me in that warehouse is the same God who can find you right where you are. Your story is not over. It's just getting to the part where everything begins to make sense. If this touched you, stay with me. There's more coming.